would WWE really do this with Alexa Bliss is a question that's on my mind, and I think it should be on yours. And in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think they should do and why I actually anticipate it happening. I think it's a real reality. Look, Alexa Bliss made her grand return at the Royal Rumble. This was one of the most puzzling, confusing, exciting type of days. So we knew going into it, there was a report by Dave Meltzer on Friday talking about how there had been no movement in the contract talks between Alexa Bliss and WWE, right? So we all know the song and dance. January 13th, San Jose, Monday Night Raw, Alexa Bliss was going to make her return. For months, it had been reported they were waiting for the new year for her to return. She was going to return, according to PW Insider and other sources, or media outlets, and she was going to be part of the Wyatt Six. Well, her contract, it came down to WWE wanted her to come back on her existing terms with time added due to time missed with maternity leave. Alexa Bliss's side was like, no, it's an outdated contract. Give me a new contract. And WWE's like, no. And it was a contract dispute. At any given time, it could have been settled. Well, that's what happened. So Friday, it reported there was no movement in the contract talks, and those in WWE anticipated them not to reach a deal, which was preposterous, but whatever. The fact that you could not, it's a minor contract dispute. It all comes down to money. Y'all can't find an agreement somewhere? Come on now. So anyway, so then Saturday morning comes out, and it's PW Insider's reporting, look, Alexa Bliss not backstage. She's not anticipated to make a return at the Royal Rumble. And then like an hour and a half, maybe an hour, it breaks. Alexa Bliss is backstage, and she's going to be in the Royal Rumble. And everybody's like, holy crap. But that just comes down to, contract talks. I want this X amount, you want X amount, let's meet in the middle, right? If you really want to come back, as I've stated, if Alexa really wanted to return, she would return, and that's exactly what happened. Fast forward, Women's Royal Rumble match, star-studded, right? You had a bunch of names in there. Charlotte Flair ends up winning it. But Alexa Bliss makes her return, and I don't know if it was a situation in which the music was too low or the fans just didn't recognize it. I don't know. I mean, the pop that she got initially, it wasn't there. But then when she showed up and her name finally flashed on the little Titantron, the place went nuts. I mean, one of the best reactions of the entire night. And that includes, Jey Uso winning and etc. They went nuts. And that showed you right then and there the type of star power that Alexa Bliss has. And it's like, oh, okay, this woman, she's got something here, right? Like, this is why WWE, they opted to go back to the negotiation table and get a deal done. And she showed up with her pigtails, and it was a lot like the Fiend type character, but a little bit of Alexa Bliss in there. Not full Fiend. She did have Lily. Lily has a new makeover. I saw an image online where like the doll has a sixth eye. So there's your updated Lily doll. So go to WWE shop. And so it got me thinking, would WWE really do this with Alexa Bliss? Because sure, she didn't win the Women's Royal Rumble match. Sure, Charlotte Flair went over and won the match, earning herself a championship opportunity at WrestleMania 41. Well, we have Elimination Chamber coming up in March, right? Early March. They're going to have a women's Elimination Chamber match where the winner gets a title shot. So let's just say, hypothetically, that Charlotte Flair goes and challenges Tiffany Stratton for the women's title. Or she'll go after Rhea Ripley. I don't care. But would you have Alexa Bliss win the Elimination Chamber match? And based off of the reaction in which she got, and based on the fact that she has been off of WWE television for 2 years, would you book her in a title match at WrestleMania 41? I think you would. And I think it would be smart. I think it would be brilliant. And I think they should. You have someone who is fresh blood, considering she's been gone for 2 years, in the title scene, the main event scene. Okay? Number 2, she's super duper over, and her reaction at the Royal Rumble and television preceding it will show that the fans are emotionally invested in this woman still, and at a high level, and then you can draw money with her. And I think her merch sales are going to be off the charts. And number 3, she hasn't been a champion in a while. And I think that her work is only going to get better in the ring because look, there had to have been some type of ring rust, but her promos and her character work has always been rock solid. So I don't see a Rhea Ripley or even a Tiffany Stratton, depending on where you go. I don't see them as long-term champions, right? Rhea Ripley, she had a long run a year ago. You wouldn't necessarily have her go on another year-long run or 6-month run, right? Alexa Bliss makes sense. If you can draw money, she's super over, and she hasn't been in the title scene in a minute. I understand her last match at the Royal Rumble 2023 was a championship match, but you get what I'm saying. Like, she didn't have a run as champion. You would make the argument, at least I would, that those are 3 elements in which you can really build off of. You can really build up someone, and you could really push someone and make them into a true bona fide main eventer. I would argue that she still is, but I think that the Royal Rumble appearance kind of backed that up. And I also think them giving her a shot in that role would further back that up. I think that would be a wonderful spot for her. And I'm hopeful that they would be willing to do that with her. Will they? We're going to find out real quick. And the Elimination Chamber qualifiers, which I'm going to assume will start this week on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, if not the week after. I'm very curious. I would be shocked if Alexa wasn't in the qualifiers, but I would be very curious to see whether or not she actually qualifies for the Elimination Chamber. We're going to find out real quick what they think of Alexa Bliss under Triple H. He booked her pretty strong. The tail end of Vince McMahon's reign was not very great. She was more of a plug-and-play, utility-type player. We're going to find out what Triple H thinks of Alexa Bliss. We're going to find out what they think of her. And I hope that we can get back to the OG Alexa Bliss. I hope that we can get back to the women's champion type Alexa Bliss. That's what I'm hoping for. We're going to find out real quick. And I think if they can do it right, I think they got a heck of a star on their hands. She's been out for a minute. She's built up a demand within the fan base to see her. She's probably hungrier than ever because she's missed it. Obviously, the contract talks probably helps that hunger. We're going to find out. And I'm very curious to see where they go with Alexa Bliss. I really, really am.